There is a gigantic misconception when it comes to Autotune. Everybody thinks it's just some sort of crazy tool used to cheat, that anybody can just use Autotune to sound good, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Understand that you have to be able to be in key for Autotune to even sound good. The reason that Autotune typically doesn't sound good is probably because you're listening to some sort of SoundCloud rapper that doesn't really know how to sing, and he cranks his Autotune up way too high to make any sense. So today I want to break that misconception and teach you how to use Autotune properly and how to even mask Autotune easily. Any hit song that you've ever heard most likely utilizes some sort of Autotune or pitch correction, which is the exact same thing. So I just went ahead and dragged in Waves real time into my DAW, and I just want to go over the parameters that you need to actually understand. I know this looks complicated, but trust me, you don't have to use much of this. So what we need to focus on is the speed, the note transition, and the scale. So the first thing that you want to do is drag your beat into tunebat.com so that you can understand what the key of that beat is, because your Autotune settings have to match the key of the beat. So you can either simply drag it in or click on this and search through your files, and once you bring something in, let me just bring something in to show you. It's going to show you the key. Now this is a different song, and I know that it is A flat major. Once you have that figured out and set on your voice, you don't need to mess with that part anymore. You're good to go. And if you have multiple vocal tracks, obviously you can just copy and paste that onto the other vocals. So I went ahead and turned the Autotune off, and I want to show you how the song sounds without Autotune and then how it sounds with the Autotune. So let's go ahead and play it.
I took the stairway down there, then I headed back to your place. Then I left cause you said you needed your space. Coke cans and a little bit of cocaine.
So you can hear off rip that that's pretty in key. It sounds pretty good vocally. And that is the importance of recording in key on your beat. If you just so happen to be tone deaf, make sure that you look up some videos and get an understanding of what it means to be in key. It's why you enjoy the songs that you enjoy. If they weren't in key, you would hate them. So now let's go ahead and just turn the Autotune on. There's not a whole lot of Autotune even affecting my vocals right now, but you'll be able to see the difference. I'll actually turn it on and off while we're listening.
I took the stairway
so right now it's
down
on.
there, then I headed back to your place. Then I left cause you said you needed your space. Coke cans and a little bit of cocaine.
You can tell I do have good pitch in this song, but what the Autotune is doing is it's making micro adjustments. And what it is doing is putting my voice more in harmony with the instrumental. If we increase the speed, and I know it looks like I'm actually decreasing it because it says 0, but we're actually increasing the speed to be faster. This would be slower. This is faster. Obviously you can see it's 0.1 milliseconds. Now let's play it, and I'll just move this dial so you can listen with me. This is just the speed in which the Autotune is impacting the vocal.
I took the stairway down there, then I headed back to your place. Then I left cause you said you needed your space. Coke cans and a little bit of cocaine. Slow dance in the square.
Don't be too worried about this because the note transition is actually going to be the more impactful part of the Autotune. What I like to do is just simply max the speed out because we'll have most control when we're messing with the note transition. Let me go ahead and play, and I'll increase the note transition. This is where you're going to really hear it if you haven't really developed an ear for how Autotune impacts vocals.
I took the stairway down there, then I headed back to your place. Then I left cause you said you needed your space. Coke cans and a little bit of cocaine. Slow dance in the square to the cold rain.
Now, honestly, this is one of those songs where it's so in key that I honestly don't have to put that much Autotune on, and if I put a lot of Autotune on, it's kind of hard to hear. But the less on point your vocal is with the instrumental, the more that you're actually going to hear the Autotune. So what I like to do with songs like this is I would simply just put this at the center on note transition. This is what makes you sound robotic or not. This is comparable to the humanize parameter on Antera's Autotune. Same exact thing. It's either sounding like a human or sounding like a robot. I like to keep it right in the middle.
I took the stairway down there, then I headed back to your place. Then I left cause you said you needed your space. Coke cans and a little bit of cocaine.
And this is exactly how you simply just hide your Autotune. If you have your note transition at about half and you're in key, nobody's ever gonna even know you have Autotune on, and it's just gonna add a little bit of that color to your vocal. And if you wanna mess with the correction at all, you can. It just doesn't really make sense to reduce it. This is basically just decreasing the wetness of the Autotune in general as a whole. So we'll go ahead and play it, and I'll show you what I mean.
I took the stairway down there, then I headed back to your place. Then I left cause you say you needed your space. Coke cans and a little bit of cocaine. Slow dance in the square to the cobra.
It's more important to just mess with the note transition, not so much change the correction. It really just doesn't make that much sense to use in most cases. And if you're using Autotune, obviously you need to have a good mix. If you guys are interested in achieving the same quality that you're hearing in my song right now, I definitely suggest trying out Melodic Sauce 2. Those are the presets that I actually use to mix this specific song, this specific hook. Literally the easiest way to sound professional in a very affordable way. If you guys have any other specific questions about Autotune, please comment them below. I know this was quick, but Autotune really is quite simple, as you just saw. And if there's any video ideas that you guys have for me and any plugins that you would like to learn, let me know below. I would love to teach you guys. That's all for today.